and here we are to cruise through the Pacific and get the hell out of here. Anaheim, anything of note that I missed? This is a team that I did not see any news for.
No, nothing crazy. They lost some guys.
Besides, they're trying to trade Gibson, but they don't want to retain salary, so that's not happening.
They have to be thinking, what the fuck did we do that Killorn contract for?
Not great.
It's still insane to me.
They could retain a little bit and send them to Nashville. Stamkos will vouch.
In terms of the contracts on that team, though, I need to say, sneaky top 5 favorite, NHL contract signing history is Ross Johnston, who somehow successfully got the New York Islanders to give him 2 different 4-year deals. And all he can do is punch people in the face. Career high in points, 7. He somehow got the Islanders to sign him for 4 years in 2018. And then again in 2021. How the fuck did he do that? I have no idea, but it's incredible. And he's locked up this year, next year, at a whopping $1.1 million. But I just love that somehow that's the guy who has successfully got 2 separate 4-year deals. He should play for the Minnesota Wild. He should. They should have traded for him.
Well, but they'll give him a 4-year, which is a problem in and of itself, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I am sneaky obsessed with that. I just love that.
Is fun. Let's see. Calgary, did they do anything fun? Oh, Anthony, a 1 year, 3.5.
Yep, they brought it. Yep, that's a nice little piece of business. They also brought back the Lamborghini, and then Jake Bean. Jake Bean.
Jake Bean.
So Columbus was Bean. We got rid of the one guy. But other than that, yeah, no, that business as usual. They have a ton of cap space, though. I believe the only guy that they only have 2 guys they need to lock up.
Almost 22 mil. They got Wolf and they got a defenseman.
Yeah, the Okotuk kid. They acquired him through a trade. When was that? That was the Devils trade.
There you go.
This year.
They're going to be a weird team, but that's okay. Then
love the draft.
Their draft was good, even though they could not pull off bringing home Mr. Tijiginla. But they had a good draft. Edmonton Oilers, same province. Brought in Jeff Skinner, 1-3. I thought I was so convinced Jeff Skinner was going to Vegas, and I honestly might hate this more.
Yeah, well, they also brought in Victor Arvidsson. That's a nice piece of business as well. They re-up Janmark. They re-up Perry. Re-up Connor Brown.
2x4.
Interesting thing with that is they don't have any space left, and they need to lock up Holloway, who's going to get a nice little raise, as well as Philip Broberg.
I don't know if they're keeping Broberg.
Well, this was the first year they gave him any look. And when he came in, he was better for them than their other options. But they also gave Stetcher a 2-year deal. They gave Josh Brown 3 years, $1 million. I don't know why. He's big and he fights people.
That's why.
About it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's better than the Darnell Nurse contract.
Oh, and they bought out Jack Campbell, of course.
That they did.
I mean, so realistically, I really like the Skinner and Arvidsson additions.
Oh, yeah.
The fact they got Connor Brown, I joked, I was like, I need to know what team watched the playoffs. I was like, let's give Connor Brown 5 years. But they bring him back on a 1-by-1. That's fine.
Yeah.
He was good for them in the playoffs, literally.
I'm surprised he took that.
Yeah, but again, it's just weird that they're negative $2.5 million in space. And I mean, if you want to give up on Broberg, that's fine. But like Dylan Holloway, that's crazy.
And I'll be the first to raise my hand and say maybe I missed something, but do you think 3 by 3.5? We're moving on to the next one. Sorry, LA. Do you think 3 by 3.5 for Warren Foegele is the move?
I like it. I think he's shown that he can score.
He can, but it's so scattered.
Yeah, he play like he is an excellent two-way guy, super mobile, and when like the line, he drives the offense when he's on that. Like so, and I still think outside of the top 6 in Edmonton, you're kind of set up for failure. I still think that he like when he was in Carolina, like the first like 2 years of his career,
I liked him a lot.
He was awesome.
Yeah,
like I think his rookie year, the year after his rookie year, he scored 20.
Sure, but where's he going to play in LA? He's not playing in the top 6.
Well, LA's fucking like top 9 is significantly like even just being on a third line in LA is way different than being in Edmonton. Like looking at it now, like I mean, his center might be like Philip Deneau. That's already significantly better. The weird one was the trade for Chanel.
I mean, they didn't give much up, did they?
No, I don't think so. But they've got just under 11. They need to re-up Byfield. He's going to take a decent chunk from that. Kaliev, I don't know what they're going to do.
He's getting traded, dude. He has to be.
Yeah, I would think so. But they, again, the Darcy Kemper thing. I mean, it's crazy because it's like, wow.
Imagine this team didn't make the PLD trade. The original PLD trade. And imagine if Brock Faber didn't require playing in Minnesota. This team would look so different.
Yeah. I mean, either way, I think
holy shit, they're still paying Richards for a long time. I did not realize
that's a long-term one. But you know, I think you can have columns with like the like a 3.5. Actually, I mean, again, like the fact that the cap's going up as much as it is, I think 3.5 for 3 years for Foegele is more than fine. He also was excellent for them in the playoffs when like Connor and Leon were like, hey, like Leon's like, every bone in my body's broken.
But that was more my point, though, is like, did he get the contract just because of looking good in the playoffs? Because in the regular season, like, he was just way too off on for me. Like, when he was on, but he
still scored 20
a lot.
He still scored 20.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I like the player. I just, like, I don't know. I feel like for a team like LA, that wasn't a priority for them to go out and get. But maybe
off. Oh, well, I guess that was his career high in goals. I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, I guess he had a career year. I also forgot he went to UNH. Hell yeah. UNH bounce back year this past year. Shout out Wildcats. No, I think the 3 by 3.5, I'd be happy with that. Like he kind of like they've got a bunch of guys. Like I would imagine he would be really fun playing with Byfield because they're fucking huge. They both fly up and down the ice. They both give you really solid two-way game. Yeah, no, I like it, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
Who knows? I could be wrong. The weird one was the move for
I'm not
Burroughs.
Like adamant on it. It just like seemed, of all the ththings that I feel like LA needs to do, that didn't seem like the priority.
Yeah, I mean they also bring in Joel Edmondson, 4 years, $3.85 million. I think that's fine. There were a bunch of teams that really wanted it. He looked good for Toronto when he went there. He was like one of their better defensemen in that series against Boston too. So I think that's a fine enough deal. Like he's 31. You didn't give him more than 4 years. Like 4 years is like take him to age 35, basically. And they got him for under $4 million, so that's probably a nice piece of business too. Like you look at the left side, Gavrikov, Mikey Anderson, solid player. They locked him up last year too. Edmondson, Burroughs plays both sides. Actually, I guess Anderson or Edmondson does too. Flexibility there, so I don't mind it. They had a subtle but okay. Like they didn't burn all of their space, and I think they made a couple of additions that I liked. So again, it's just a Janot one. It's like, is he gonna be 3/4 of what he was in Nashville?
It still feels way better than what Tampa did.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
It's like Dubois in Washington, like already feels slightly better than Dubois in LA. Like you didn't really pay the same acquisition cost, and it's a fresh start after you've already seen what they can do somewhere else. Maybe the previous location wasn't right. And for a 1-year thing, like, sure, see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Then we move on to the San Jose Sharks, who have wasted no time adding pieces.
They're going to be fucking nasty.
They're going to be fun.
Let's go.
I don't know how you feel about this player, but I have been a big fan for a couple of years now, and I keep on wondering why teams just like aren't interested. Klim Kostin. I think he's a player. I think Edmonton was an idiot for not keeping him there. What they had with Janmark, Kostin, and RNH was awesome on that third line. I loved it. And they were like, nope, we're not about it. They had Tyler Toffoli, 4 years, $6 million per. He's basically just a guy that's going to go out there and score goals alongside either of their young stud centers, which I think is fun. Barclay Goodrow goes back to the team he started with, even though he hates that he's going back there. That's going to be weird, but good veteran presence, whatever you want to go with there. What else have they done?
Alex Wenberg. 2 years, $5 billion.
I mean, they've got money to spend, so who cares?
And the moves they made, like, I love them picking up Ty Dellandrea for free.
Yeah.
I love them picking up Jake Wallman for free.
Perfect.
I like them.
Paid to take him.
Yeah, literally acquiring things to take him.
Not a second. Yeah.
Carl Grunstrom, I think, is a real nice bottom six piece. That was a trade for Kyle Burroughs. Full transparency, I think Kyle Burroughs kind of stinks. So I like that a lot for them. The one thing that Kyle Burroughs did was like fight a bunch of guys and knock Brandon Duhaime the fuck out. That was a scary knockout. Like Duhaime was sleeping for a second there. Don't think you saw that one coming. They also, again, like people forget, Colin Graff, free agent out of college last year. You got Will Smith coming in. You're going to have fucking Celebrini coming in. I swear to God. I was shocked if he was back to college. But again, like you worry about their back end because it's like Vlasic, Wallman. Vlasic is still making $7 million for 2 more years.
Awesome for him.
Just fucking insane. Good for him. I can't, but look at their back end now. I still can't believe they didn't give Addison a QO. It's crazy. But, whatever. We'll see what happens with Couture once he gets healthy again. Vitek Vanacek, if he can be a decent enough goalie. Like, they're going to be, well, it would be borderline. Actually, it would be impossible if it would be worse. They're going to be a annoying team to play if nothing else. They're going to
be annoying. They're not going to threaten for the playoffs, but they're a team that's like, you're not going to look at and just like lick your chops and be like, oh yeah, we're going to go in and work them. Like, you're not going to enjoy it. Z, did you have anything noteworthy we still wanted to talk about in San Jose? Because I just scrolled to the next team and my jaw dropped a little.
No, I'll just say that's going to be a team that, like, if you take them lightly, they're going to beat you because they're going to score goals now. We can 100%. Move on. Yeah. I hate everything Seattle did.
Well, I was very unaware that they signed Chandler Stephenson to a 7 by 6.25. What? Why? What am I missing here?
Go to the back. Go to their defense.
Oh dear Lord! They gave that much to Montour. Oh my God!
That they free.
All right, I think we just need to move on past Seattle. I can't even comprehend what Ron Francis did, and I'm a general Ron Francis supporter. That's both contracts concern me. Wow. All right, moving on to Vancouver Canucks. Time for you to make Isha feel good. Jake DeBrusk. Why is this a good signing?
Less than $6 million. Again, he's still 27 years old. When you put him with really, really good line mates, he's going to give you he's got 30, 35 goal upside. When they split up Bergeron, Marchand, Pastrnak, and they replaced Marchand with where they replaced Pastrnak with DeBrusk, he I think put up 15 goals in 17 games. But again, good two-way game. He is really good at PK as well. He flies. Phenomenal, another phenomenal personality. Unbelievable. He is the best. But I think that's a great deal for a kid that's 27 years old. He's giving you minimum 20, 25 goals, good two-way play. But the fact that he's going to be playing with either Pettersson, Miller, he's going to be his wings are going to be Besser, Garland. It's
gonna be fun.
This is gonna. I would imagine that this works quite well. Immediately. I love that. The fact that the two centers that he might play with are guys that are putting up 80, 90, 100 points. Hopefully, Pettersson figures it out.
Well, they picked up
by the way
scrub winger too by the name of Danton Heinen.
You shut your goddamn whore mouth when you talk about my son.
You know that I love Heinen as much as you do. You know this.
I know. Isn't it crazy that he signed one mold?
I'm losing you.
Hey.
I think you're back.
I give up. I just give up. Whatever. Fuck me. This sucks. But Danton Heinen rules. Jake DeBrusk rules. Derek Forbert's can help them defensively. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. It's happening again.
Re-signing Teddy Bluger, awesome. Dakota Joshua, questionable contract, but great player. Hronik's the one contract that I kind of don't agree with, but whatever. I don't mind the Tyler Myers contract. Largely good bill of business for the team.
Yes. Yeah. I like it.
All right. And then the last one, did Vegas do any Vegasing? They picked up Holtz for nothing, which is very confusing to me.
Vinny Desharnais. That was Vancouver, though. Oh, my computer fucked up. That's why. Weird. Nothing I own works. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. Reese Johnson. Fucking idiot.
I think we've hit our expiration. I think your internet is deciding that we should probably wrap this.
By the way, Samsonov, they gave him a prove-it contract, 1 year, less than $2 million. I think that's actually a great deal for them. I think that's great. But yeah, other than that, they didn't do much of anything.
They're going to be fucking stacked, so it doesn't matter.
Who's going to get fucking traded next?
I think we already decided it's Connolly.
Tomorrow. Holtz? Would they trade Holtz?
For way more. So yeah, we can't believe they gave him to us for that.
they just wanted to bring him in to trade him. We thought it'd be funny if we just traded this fucking asshole.
The Yzerman speech about Nedeljkovic, like, yeah, I don't know why they did that. That made zero sense to me.
All time. That was so good.
So good.
You'll have to ask them. I don't know. Right.
Oh man,
how fucking dumb are they?
Yeah. Oh, Kieran, what if I told you it's 3.75? Even funnier. Man, I think we did it. We got through all the teams, only had like 5 internet outages,